Let's talk support. Less than 2% of people in the poll were considered undecided. As WHO 13 Zach Fisher joins us, so such a small amount of undecided voters leaves not much room for candidates to gain ground, at least that much ground, on former President Trump.
Yeah, you're right, Elias. So Iowa caucus goers attending watch parties hosted by different campaigns all across the metro this evening. Now, one campaign issue in Iowa, the use of eminent domain, was brought up at the end of the debate by candidate Vivek Ramaswamy.
For the landowners of Iowa. Vivek is, but I think Governor Reynolds needs to stand up for the people of Iowa. Even Ron DeSantis said that he wants it to be very narrow. So Kim Reynolds, even your candidate, says he wants a very narrow reading of eminent domain.
So that sound right there was talking about the use of eminent domain, a campaign issue that's big here in Iowa, not talked about nationally. So she was just talking about how she wants to see more candidates discuss it, as Ramaswamy did at the end. Ramaswamy holding a campaign event at their headquarters in downtown Des Moines. Never Back Down holding a watch party out in West Des Moines. Voters gave us their reactions to the four candidates facing off.
I also find that there's definitely some petty bickering in there, but we're seeing more substantive hits on each other, more substantive questions and answers in return.
They're going to talk about who. I just hope he takes it to him. He needs to tell why he is the alternative to Trump, and I think he can do it, and I think he's going to do it.
Oh, I should mention it, the former President Donald Trump holding a very sizable lead here in the state nationally as well. His base very motivated, but as the caucus season goes on, the sentiment just talking with voters today is that when other candidates are dropping out and the field narrows even more, they have belief that the candidate they're supporting, whether it is Vivek or Governor DeSantis, that either of them or Nikki Haley has a shot at catching up the former president.
The math doesn't look good for that, but they need as much of this support with people dropping out as they can get. Appreciate you as always, Zach.